All right, cool. It started. So let me think what happened since. Um. Hmm. All right. So started. When did it start? The new the new move about 2 weeks ago. Actually, I didn't tell anyone my last one, but um, yeah, I moved into a new place. So that's interesting, I guess. Not really though. And let's see. Yeah, I moved. So whole place was terrible. I told you I had like rats and shit in there. It was bad. It was crazy. But she also lied about a bunch of shit. So yeah, now I'm in a new place, pretty much underground, which is weird. But it is what it is. You know, the room itself is like kind of underground. Like the window goes up. One of those classic. It's kind of like my old room, but not really. You know, this one's a little lower. Yeah, it is nice when you wake up and the sun hits your face. That is nice. So, at least I'm on the right side for that. What else? I don't know if anyone can hear me when I talk though. Like I really can't tell. I can't hear anyone else though. So, yeah, I don't know. So that happened. What else? Got back from Thanksgiving. Right. Thanksgiving. I'm trying to think. Finals. A bunch of shit. Bunch of shit. A bunch of shit to do. Not enough time. Actually I have to finish 2 projects tomorrow. Because for some reason they both decided to make finals due on the 8th. Instead of just being like normal, being on the 16th. So, that fucking sucks, but it is what it is. I'm saying tomorrow because I won't have time any other time. Because I still need to do next week's. 2 do this week, 2 next week. Bad. And I'm teaching a class next semester. So I kind of have to get ready for that too. Yeah, it's a lot. Well, that I have time. That I have time. I just need to make my I need to make a poster for it. Yeah. They want us to put up posters, you know, so people like know your class is a thing. Even though I'm like, I don't know how people would figure that out. Like if you're a kid who's like goes on campus twice, you're not gonna see my poster of my class. My comic book history class it is. That's right. Yeah, you're not gonna see it. I'm like, I don't know how people would see this, but it is because they're just like they want us to put it up on like random boards. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't even walk by this area, so I don't fucking know how they're gonna do that. Yeah, but I mean, I'll do it. They told me to do it. I'll do it. It's okay. I'm not against it. People taking my class. I would like if no one took it, or like 2 people, and I was just talking to myself the whole time. Which I do normally, but still, for credit, it'd be nice. That'd actually be like not bad if like no one signed up and I just was talking to myself for the class. It is a real teaching thing though that I get credit for. So that is something. What else? No, yeah, that's obviously the biggest thing though. Moving to a place is always different. You know, it is nicer though. It's been cold as hell, but I'm going back home anyway, so the cold won't matter too much. It has been raining like I didn't know it actually rained here, so that is surprising. I mean, I know it rains literally everywhere, but still, over here was like a big surprise. Alright, sorry for the movement, but yeah. Over here was a big surprise. I'm getting closer. I'm putting this blanket over my head so the sound doesn't bounce around so much. Because of my headphones, it feels kind of like it's bouncing around. So, are the levels still good? Yeah. Yeah, the levels are fine. Yeah, that's all. Everything else is like weird though. The Kanye thing's still going on. I did a whole fucking thing about him, so I can't talk about him. But it is crazy because he said, you know, at this time, if you're listening now, the biggest thing he did was go on Alex Jones' show and say that he likes Hitler the most. No, what did he say? No, especially. Right, he's like, people have great qualities. Everyone has great qualities, including, especially Hitler, is what he said. So that's weird. I don't know where he's going with this. His fucking legacy, I don't know. I think he's fucked it up. Even if you think here's the thing, right? Even if you think Kanye is being controlled, this is still ruining his image. Like, having constant news about you and people constantly thinking the opposite, or like people constantly being in contention of if they like you or not, is not good for your thing. You should be, because he was liked. That's the thing. People don't understand. It's like, no, he made Graduation. First of all, shut the fuck up. Your Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is better than Graduation. It just is. I don't know why people say, but he made Graduation. It's a meme now, but in the beginning it wasn't. That's the whole thing. In the beginning it wasn't. A lot of people think, oh, he made Graduation. Who the hell cares? Now, maybe if you're like, listen to his whole discography, he made all that. But even that, not really enough to discount the Hitler shit. Not really. Who does have that catalog? Who has the catalog of, who has the catalog to where you could say some shit like Kanye and just get away completely? To where everyone's like, hey, he did this. I don't think there's a person in the world that could get away with saying this shit Kanye said. Like, what do you have to do? I don't know. I guess you really have to you really have to be on a certain level like Kanye is. Because it is really crazy, his reach. Like, how many people actually know about Kanye's news and shit? It's like, my mom knows about it. She didn't even know about Kanye before. So I will say his reach is crazy. It's been like escalated like a few years ago. It all really started when he said he was 50 million in debt. That was kind of like the turning point, I feel like, because he started like telling his business to the world. That's when it really got crazy. Yeah, I think about that. When he started really being like, here's what's going on with my money, my kids, my this, my that. And it's funny because people still talk about, like, why the hell do we care about these famous people? But it's like, well, look at the Kanye news. We love it. If no one cared about Kanye, I think it'd be a lot better. You know what I mean? And not in a bad way, but it's like, if people just heard it and then like rolled their eyes and kept going on with their day, without reposting, without commenting like crazy, I think it'd be better. Definitely be better for him, because this just doesn't look good history wise. Like, he won't win in the game of remembering, like, great, like when he dies, right? Not to be like bad, but I'm talking about years from now, right? He's going to be like, they're not going to be like he was a great musician and all that. He's going to say like he was a complicated musician, he had a lot of views that some people didn't agree. Like, it's just like his history starts to get like chopped up a little bit. It's not like as perfect now. Because after this Hitler thing, I really don't know. Like, he can't get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame anymore. Like, I'm sure in his career, if he had not started talking, I'm sure in his career he would have, like, he would have definitely been in there. I think so, yeah. It's like I don't know, he just ruined it. Not completely. I think there is a lot he can do. But first he's got to just start by being like, listen, he's got a lot. Like, I've not been taking my meds. I've been trying to get help or something. I don't know what he could do at this point. That Hitler thing was really crazy. I don't know how because he's going to have to, like, somehow apologize for that and make us believe that he really doesn't believe in that, which is impossible. On my screen, I don't like when because I'm talking for through my Audacity, but it just keeps going. My screensaver comes up, but I don't trust it. I don't like my screensaver running while I'm talking, so I just don't like it. I don't trust it because I've been burnt by my computer multiple times. Yeah, I've been burnt by my computer a lot. It just fucks up. I need a new external memory. New Need for Speed is out. That's cool. Not as great. It's still very arcadey. Why can't we have Need for Speed Most Wanted? Not Most Wanted. What the fuck was it called? Underground? I think it's Underground. Oh damn! Wait, no. I think I'm thinking about Midnight Club. Oh yeah. I'm thinking about Midnight Club. Well, yeah, new Midnight Club. Fuck it. It'd be awesome if with the next GTA came a Midnight Club, like, I don't know, mini game. I feel like, oh man, they've been milking GTA 5 for so fucking long. I'm over it now completely. Well, I've been over it for years. I haven't played GTA 5 in a very long time. I think it just lost its flair for me. It got too much. They didn't specialize on anything. They became an arcade instead of perfecting like 10 arcade games. You know what I mean? Like, they got 10 arcade games and they said, you know what? Instead of perfecting this and creating DLC off these couple arcades we got going, you know what? Let's just get about 3 more rides, 50 games, and make it huge. And they got a bunch of kids and they got a bunch of money, but the people that liked those first 10 games now are gone. They don't even care about them because, number one, it's too many people, and the 10 that they're playing, other people don't even play anymore. So now they're lost because even though that original 10 is still there and still good, everyone else is playing everything else. So, and then they have to start making special lobbies to where this and this, and I will say the role playing is funny. T Grizzly is a rapper. T Grizzly, of all people, has like the biggest. He's making like money off of his fucking GTA lobby, which is funny. That and the gambling. Those. I was about to say Redditors. Reddit's on my mind, but those. Oh my god, what is it called? Live stream, Twitch. Those Twitch people who do the role playing, very funny. I gotta say, they gotta give them credit. They try very hard to make it look real. It's a bunch of kids who've never held a gun in their hand ever seen like money, like like actual money, like with those bands over it. A bunch of kids pretending to be gangsters and cool. That's what they say. That's what I read. Because I don't know any of them. I don't know anyone who does it. They're just going to be cool. I mean, I'm saying that because, like, they may not be there in real life. I just assume they're kids who've never experienced any of that in real life. Because they're, like, chasing people down behind back alleys. And it's, like, kind of weird. Because it's like, dude, you don't even live through that. And you're pretending to do it on GTA. It's fucking weird. But it's alright. I mean, for them, in real life, if you're someone who has gone through that or know people who have done that life, like, like me, I'd have never done it. I've been close to people who've been in that life, though. And it's just odd to see sometimes, like, fake people on the internet talking like they lived it, but they really didn't. And they're so far from naturally living. And not to, like a lot of rappers have, but there are a lot of rappers that you could tell have never. And a lot of famous people acting like they're from somewhere, but they're not, Like, who am I thinking of? Damn, can't think of anyone right now, but I'd like to take a few rappers to Inglewood, to the real Inglewood, and see what they like. I think they'd fold quick, but it is what it is. That's not for everyone. People folding in the sight of a gun is fine. Like, you don't have to stand up to it. That's the whole point. It's not good. It's not good to not fold in situations like that. But they definitely would. What else? What was I actually talking about? Oh, wait, so today the 12th? No. The update, the next gen update for Witcher 3 is coming out. So that's dope. I'm going to play that for the 5th time over. I might do New Game Plus and just do it. I might just do a one New Game Plus of just the story. You know, no extra shit, just like the story. See how it got. You know what? Actually, fuck that. I might just do the Red Wine DLC after the update. That's my favorite. Yeah, I'll do the Red Wine DLC. And that's probably. And then just play a bunch of Gwent. Oh, you know, for myself, for Christmas, I'm going to buy a real life Gwent set. I have no one to play it with. No one knows how to play Gwent. You know, my brother played through Witcher 3 once. That's it. He said he barely touched Gwent. When I asked him, I was like, do you want to play Gwent? He was like, what's that? I go, it's the card game. He's like, oh, I only did that for when I needed to. I was like, oh, great. He's like, oh yeah, and you know, there's one mission where you get a bunch of money if you win the Gwent game. Excuse me. And he's like, yeah, and I just looked online for those answers, like exactly what to do. I was like, oh wow, great. So, but yeah, I'm getting a real life Gwent set. There's also supposed to be a One Piece card game coming out next year. That'd be cool to get. I want the Gwent first though, even though no one plays it. Like, I would have less trouble finding someone who plays that new One Piece card game than I would with Gwent. No one plays Gwent. So, and real life Gwent. You know what? I could just teach people. You know what's funny? I'm acting like I can't teach. It's a simple game to get. And a real life set, you don't need to know anything about The Witcher or anything. So I could just teach anyone. So I guess it doesn't. I take it back. I have people. Not really. I have like two to play. To sit down and play a game of Gwent, I have one. I'll be real honest. I have one. Yeah, it's funny. This place is much colder than my old place. Like, just kind of sitting here, but it's okay. I would rather have cold all the time than heat. Yeah, than heat. Like, and people fucking with the air conditioner shit, I don't like. So being just in the cold with no, you know, where you're cut off from the actual house's heat is fine with me, because I just don't like the other people controlling the up and down. I'd rather just have it like, listen, there is none. I'm like, okay, cool. I could just regulate for myself, you know, wear a jacket, not wear a jacket, you know. I could just regulate for, like, other people. Oh, that's when it gets bad and annoying. So I'm totally fine with just being like, nope, regulate yourself. That's good. Unless every room had its own, but that's rare. I've only been in one house with that. Well, no, that's not true. More. I mean, one house I've lived in with that. You know what else? F1. F1 is over. The season ended, and Sebastian Vettel is not racing anymore. My favorite guy. I haven't been watching racing long, but he definitely is my favorite. I didn't even know his history. I knew he won 4 championships, but I didn't know, like, his whole story. But yeah, Sebastian Vettel, not racing anymore. F1 is the only sport I, like, really follow, because it's cars racing, which is cool. And occasionally there's a crash, which is not cool. Wink. We don't all look forward to that. We don't, really. What else? I can't keep saying what else. I gotta keep going. I just didn't have any topics for today. I've just had a lot of work to do. So this probably will come out late. But Thanksgiving was chill. Just ate a lot of stuffing. I'm actually looking for gifts for my parents right now. I got my dad something. My dad's birthday is December 1st. And I got him a watch, a custom watch with his dog's faces on it. It's just one face, one dog. And it's not going to get there till the 15th. And I told him, I was like, this is your birthday present and a Christmas present. He goes, oh, okay. Because it's too close. It's coming the 15th, 10 days later. I'm supposed to get on a plane and get him something else. It's like, I'm doing too much for you, dude. So I'm like, yeah, that's your present. He'll take it. It's fine. What else? Do I have dropped audio? Apparently I have some dropped audio. Oh, it's not too bad. I don't think it'll be too bad. That's fine. Dropped audio is basically something, maybe you move the microphone the weird way. The plug kind of got weird and it's just dropped audio. Or you popped the mic so bad that it like took out a piece of audio or something. Sorry, this cover is, yeah, like that. There you go. Yeah, it's been raining. That's good. Weather's good. Every time it rains anywhere in California, people are like, that's good. We like that. Except no one knows how to drive in the rain. Even though I haven't driven in a while. I've flown more than I've driven, which is weird to say, lately. Not overall, but lately. I'm getting more acquainted with the airport. That's something I didn't know was going to happen in my life, but eventually, yeah. And it's funny, when you keep going to like the same airport, you get really used to it and like really relaxed in the airport. Like, I've always been a nervous flyer, but like I've kind of lately been pretty relaxed in the airport because I know it, you know. Like, I know kind of how long the line's gonna take. I know I like an afternoon flight for myself, and yeah, you get more comfortable. If you're a nervous flyer, I would say do a couple like short flights from the same place, and you kind of might get a better feel. But it's hard to say. That stuff like that I don't like giving advice to. I'm just like, go see a professional, you know what I mean? Like, those kinds of advice, like when you're really bad with anxiety, my thing is like, go see a professional. Like, don't ask a singular person, because they may say, and it just happened to me, they may say, oh yeah, I've dealt with this, I've dealt with that, I've dealt with anxiety, and then give you something. You don't know how severe theirs was. You don't know how alike you guys are. Like, it's like, way. I just don't like that advice given to people. I always say go see somebody if it's that bad. Because I don't, you know. Because I also know what people think who are going through that. And they go, well, they don't know. Because I've thought that. I still think that sometimes. So, to me, it's like, no advice like that. Go see a professional. That's just me. If you have that bad of anxiety, fly. Which, that's one of those anxieties that I think even like, even at like a base level anxiety, like mid to high, like low to mid to high, you know, I think you should go see someone, because that type of fly anxiety can like really make a trip bad. You know, like, especially if you're going, like, I'm going on a long, I think 13-hour flight this summer, right? Longest I've ever taken. The closest I've been is 9.5. It's 10 hours, you know, around 10 hours, basically. That was the longest. Wait, yeah, no. Not 10. I think it was just 9 hours, now that I'm saying that. I think I'm stretching it to seem cool. For however long New York to Rome is, however long that is. That's my longest. I think it's like 8.5, 9. Now that I'm saying that. But yeah, 12 and a half is going to be the longest ever. California to London. So that's going to be my longest. And I'm thinking, I'm like, maybe I just need like one session. You know what I mean? Just one. Just so I get a tip of what to do. If I get to, 6 hours in, I got 6 more. Like, how do I make it so my brain doesn't go like full anxiety mode in that? I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't. I don't think it would, but still. I hope it would. Yeah. Sorry for the cover, but in my headphones, putting this cover over the microphone made it sound a lot better. I was hoping it'd be like a little bit. I think hopefully at the end, I'll know. I do not listen to these all the way through, so sorry if I'm butchering. So okay, another thing that happened. What was I going to talk about? DC is now in the hands of the guy who made the Suicide Squad and the first Galaxy of the Guardian, James Gunn. He now has DC creatively, in his fucking hands, and I am really excited to see what he does. Now, that's excited because I like to see things fail. Now, I think I'm the opposite of most people. I want all these superhero movies to fail. I want everyone to go back to just reading comics, honestly. I love to see a franchise fail. I love seeing the Mummy franchise fail. I love seeing franchises fail. And I don't know why. I just love it. So seeing DC slowly descend into being terrible is going to be funny to me. And here's the reason why it's funny. Because they're actively making terrible decisions. I need it to fail, DC especially, so they can take a step back and realize, okay, what do we need to do? We need a couple movies to set up a team, and then we need to make the Justice League. And then from the Justice League, we start picking and making individual movies from characters. We start picking out our favorite and most interesting, just like Marvel did. The reason why Marvel can pick out these singular stories with just really interesting characters like Shane, what's it called? The guy with the rings. I forgot his name. I don't know Marvel more as much as DC, but the reason why they could just pretty much pick out anybody and just make a movie is because they've already established a team. They've established to set up a universe. DC needs to do the same thing. Start with Batman. You already started. Make a couple movies, set up a universe, do a team movie, set up the Justice League, set them up, they're out there in space in Batman's thing, and then start picking characters and making good individual movies. That's exactly what they need to do, and they refuse to do it. They refuse to just settle down and just make a good team setup and establish a universe. You can't tell me one unique thing about the DC universe right now. You can't, because there's nothing unique about it. You don't really care about it. Now that James Gunn is there, he's not going to do another Black Adam movie. He's not doing, they tossed Batgirl, that movie. So hopefully now, I want James Gunn to I don't like him as a person. I also think his female characters he deals with are terrible. He does not know how to direct women. I think he has a real problem with that, actually. Other people have said that too. But I think he has a real problem with that. So, hopefully, I want him to say, sorry, Freudian slip, what I really want. But, nah, listen, I want him to succeed. I want DC to succeed. I want a good JLA movie. I want a good Justice League movie. I want that, more than anything. I truly do. That I want. After is when I want to see these weird, wild movies. I also want a better Jonah Hex movie. God, imagine in a couple of years, not a couple, 10, we see a great Jonah Hex movie. How fucking awesome would that be? That'd be great. A Jonah Hex movie to where at the end they recruit him into Justice League would be the single greatest movie. Hands down. That would be great. I like Jonah Hex. I like Zorro. I like Django. I like all those people. I like Western I like those old Western stories where they shoot 'em up stories and stuff. I love those. I used to watch a lot of old Western TCM movies on TCM. Yeah, those are great memories. Yeah. If DC could just snatch up any of those old, those movies, those like, not snatch up. What do I mean to say? Though, those old Justice League cartoon. Like, there's like two big ones, but the Justice League cartoon everyone loves, where Batman. Well, who is it? Batman. What's his name? Who's the black Green Lantern? I forget his name. But him, and then someone else. They go to the West. They go to like back in time or something. Yeah, I think they're chasing this kid with a back in time. Like, there's this kid I remember, and like he, in his mom's basement, had made a time machine, and then they somehow found out, and the Justice League somehow found out, and they tried to stop him. I'm forgetting exactly how that goes, how that storyline goes, but they catch him. Then no, they try to catch him. They find out where he lives. He makes a portal. They jump in, and they're in the West. And then there's another episode to where there is no time associated with the episode, like time jumping, but Jonah Hex is there. But it's like the same time. But he's like, it's the same. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about those. But they should do that. Establish the universe, DC. James Gunn. Establish the universe. Start picking out. Because eventually we're going to get a Booster Gold movie. If this James Gunn promotion gives us anything, I bet it will give us a couple movies. Who else am I thinking of? Oh, I just thought of. I said Booster Gold. Who the fuck else was I about to say? Damn. Yeah, but a Booster Gold movie. Come on, that's all we need. A Booster Gold, and I'm trying to think of characters who like really wouldn't get their time. Who's that guy? Lockmaster. What's his name? The son of. Oh my god. I'm forgetting right now. The whole point is, once they establish the universe, they can start picking out really cool DC characters, but they won't be able to. Like, Black Adam is a character movie you make after you set up a universe. That's not a non-universe movie. Like, that's what's crazy about Black Adam to me. I'm like, wait, you guys are doing this. We don't even have an established Justice League, an established Shazam, like, to even bring him up. I don't get it. DC as a whole is a mystery to me. It really is. DC also has like no time. DC really has no time to relax. They need to really act now. In fact, because how much longer can DC go until we're really just all tired of it? To where DC movies aren't even profitable enough. The live action ones. The animated ones will always be profitable. Pretty much. They're that good. They just will always be good. Alright, I need this. Yeah, I need a snack. But yeah. Put the microphone down real quick. Take a snack. No other people don't do this on podcasts and stuff, but I do. A little bit of ASMR. Yeah. A little bit of ASMR. How many more did these do I upload? No. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. I need a little snack. I should have bought 2 drinks at Whole Foods earlier. Went to Whole Foods earlier. Should have bought 2. 2 drinks. Now I need some water, because I need water right now. And I have regular water, but I want that sparkling water I had early. I don't know why, but I didn't buy 2. I'm just thinking of saving money constantly, saving this bread. I say bread like a bakery. No, I make bread. I make bread like a bakery. I save. Wait, no. What's a good line? I bake. I bake. I make bread like a damn bakery. I got yeast. I got the. I don't know. I buy yeast like I'm a damn bakery, breaking up this bread like a damn. I don't know. I'm trying to think. That's a good poetry. I, the baker, make bread. I, the baker, look you in the eyes and you're dead. I, the baker, bake. Wait, no. I, the baker, bake bread. I'm the baker that doesn't break bread. I'm the baker that one look and you're dead. I'm the baker that keeps a gun under his bed. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I'm the baker. Yeah, that's not good. That one's called I'm the baker. Keeps a gun under bed. Oh, the baker that when you see me, all you see is red. Oh no, I'm the baker that gets a gun in the bed. I'm the baker that makes you see red. I'm the baker that makes you that red. Oh, I'm the baker that you need to call I'm the baker that makes you call the feds. That's not bad. I'm the baker that makes you see red. I'm the baker that makes you call the feds. Yeah, this is all good. From the snack opening. From the snack opening to the poetry to the nose blow in my own shirt. That's what's up. That's what this is. I'm gonna go this weekend with this microphone actually and record some sounds outside. I haven't done that in a couple of weeks. I might go to Sausalito, and I said that twice. And there's this little park that's like right by the water. And if you go early enough, you can get some good sounds of the water, people talking, people jumping up and down. I don't know, jumping up, playing. It's really mostly, it's not really a kid park because it's kind of like an old person sit down park. So you don't get those kids. You get a lot of walking dogs, old people walking dogs. Yeah. You get a lot of that with some water sounds and some seagulls. I use it for music and stuff, so there'll be some good files to have. I need some better headphones, though. We're talking in class today about this thing that is called the loudness wars. And if you don't know what it is, it's a while ago, producers started making music louder, just in general. The better technology got, the louder music on average got over the years, like from the 80s till now. Like just in general, across all genres, just music production in general has gotten much louder. And they called it the loudness wars. You can look it up. It's like it's like a real thing, Rick Rubin talks about it. A lot of producers talk about it. The guy from, he's a really good producer from this rock band. What's the rock band? Chester Benningfield. He died. He killed himself. That rock band. That guy is a really great producer. Just, across all genres for him too. And great writer. And he talks about it. It's all loudness wars. It's a real, it sounds like it's not. Like if a real producer was like, yeah, we're in the loudness wars, you'd be like, what? But it is a real thing. I was going to say, we were talking about the loudness wars, and we just talked about like good speakers and good headphones. I realized that I need some better headphones. I do. I also think I'm going deaf in my right ear a little bit. So that's not good. If I want to be an auteur, an audio something, whatever it's called, an audiophile. Not a the other file. There's an audio file. This is regular audio file. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, speaking of audio file music, there's been a lot of good music coming out lately, and slow on movie. You know what's funny? Slow on good movies this year. A lot of good music. JID, he had a great sound. Who else? A lot of people. Taylor Swift's supposed to have a good album. Haven't listened to it yet. Benny the Butcher had some good stuff. Griselda. What else? Good dance albums. A couple good ones. What's his name? What's his name? Salvatore. The dance music guy. I forget his name. Salvatore? Something. He's good too. Where is who am I thinking of? Where's the XX at? Remember the XX? They were great. Dum 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 dum. That song intro. That the XX. He's great. I know the other guys doing stuff, but you know what's funny? I saw a comment, and it was under the song the XX did with Slime, Jeffrey. You know, what's his name? Slime, Jeffrey. What else does he go by? He's in jail right now. Young Thug, if you don't know what I'm talking about. The XX, the guy from the XX, Jamie XX, did a song with him. And I saw a comment under the video years ago. Like, I just remember this. When it first came out, he used a sample in that song. And under the comment said, when are you going to stop using my grandfather as a sample? You've done it twice now. And whoever, because it was like an old 70s song that he was sampling, right? So I just wanted, it's just a standout comment. Like, you don't see comments like that. So I assumed it was real, because when I clicked on his profile, it was like a real dude. So that's interesting. I think he might have used, I guess, an old song that guy, because that's one of those comments that's like, when are you going to stop using my, insert personal family members sample? I feel like that's something that, like, you would only say if it's true. Not to say that, like, Jamie took his money or anything. I'm sure he did it legally, but I'm just saying it's funny to see that type of comment. You don't get those types of comments a lot, because usually the son of someone, one of the, like, let's say someone used Marvin Gaye as a sample, like a cousin of a cousin, or like a son that would be like on Instagram now, be like, don't use my uncles or my grandfathers or my dad's sample. You'd be like, well, you're pretty well off probably. So it's odd to see those types of comments, because it's like, I'm sure he did it legally, and it's like, so those types of comments, weird. It is funny though that it is weird that we could even get in contact with people that fast. Just random people. Any random person on earth could talk to you if you really wanted to. If they could figure it out, like, give out a name, search it, you could figure it out. You could talk to anybody. Those call centers for sure talk to people. Those call centers out in India. Now, what did I say? Yeah, I said some guy in India. Maybe I didn't. I don't remember. I need to go back to this teaching thing. This comic book teaching thing I'm doing, because I don't think I got it across enough. So I'm actually literally teaching a class on the history of comic books and the influence it has on media. That's the whole thing. So it's interesting. I need to do research, because I'm like a surface level comic book person. Like, if I had to teach a class right now on it, I don't know if I'd be able to. Like, I need this winter break to do immense research, which is also why my mom's a teacher, right? It was also why I need to go home and start getting the lesson plans from her. Like, she needs to direct me on how to do that. So yeah, it's like gonna be an experience actually. But the whole reason I'm even signed up for this. The only reason I even want to do this is because I want to teach English abroad when I graduate. I think this would be perfect. Because this is low stakes. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm just getting credit. So it's just, I'm getting credit. The people in my class are getting credit. I'm looked over by a teacher, like very looked over. It's like guided teaching, basically. So I think this would be perfect. In English, I think I know more. I don't know. I think I need to take that test. It's called the PTOL or something, the International English Test to be an English teacher. The TOEFL. Is it the TOEFL? I think it's the TOEFL. You gotta pass it. You don't need to pass it for each school, but it's the test they all look at to see if you pass. Even schools that don't need it, I heard, look at it still. Like they still kind of want you to have it, even though they don't technically. Because some schools you need, it varies, right? Some schools that will let you teach English abroad, they need just 2 years of college. They may need just 4 years of college. Not just, they need you to graduate fucking college. That's not just. I don't mean to say like it's just college. It takes a lot to graduate college. Trust me, I know. I'm in it. So I have an associate's degree, and I thought about going immediately after my associate's degree to Chile and teaching there, but it wasn't the right time. So some schools need, like the school in Chile, just needs an associate's degree, right? And for you to pass their test, right? So I would apply, and once they say yes, or maybe even before they say yes, I don't know, but I would have had to pass their test. So a lot of schools have like just an individual pass and you could teach your test, but overall you got to pass this thing called the TOEFL. So some schools want 2 years and they want you to pass the TOEFL. Some schools want 4 and they want you to pass the TOEFL. And then some schools want 4, pass the TOEFL, and experience. So that's a lot. Some schools in Japan actually want the experience part. And the experience part is a hard thing, because that basically means whatever school wants that, they're saying, we want you to have taught abroad somewhere else, or in the country you're at some level before you even get here. We don't want to be your first teaching job. Like, we want English teachers and young, they're not like discriminating, but they don't want to be your first. They want you to be there with some experience. So those are the schools, and those schools just so happen to be, in Japan, in Hong Kong, even though I'm not going to China, but that's where they are, Beijing, schools like that want you to not only have the TOEFL and 4 years of college, they want experience. So, not Canada, God, what did I think? Russia. Some schools, some like good schools in Russia want that too. So there's like the high-end good schools not only want you to have all that, but they want you to have experience. And that's the hard part that people my age run into, because you don't have that teaching experience. You just have the TOEFL and 4 years of college. You're out of college. You want to go, You're like, oh, I'm ready to teach English. And then you look and everyone says experience, experience, experience. And you're like, damn, they want my actual teaching experience. I just graduated. Now I have to go get a job as a teacher and then get a lot, so a lot don't. But this is perfect because my face will not only be on the website, but it will be great on application because, whoops, I have to look at my audio levels. But it not only be great in application because this is experience, and they're going to Google or go on the site and see my actual face that, like, yes, I did teach her. I taught a real class. It was a history class. So that's great, especially if I do this for a whole year, 2 semesters. I think that's perfect. To say you have a year, 2 semesters of teaching experience right out of college, ready to go, and with the TOEFL. I mean, that'd be good. That'd be really good. And college level, that's the thing. It's not like I'm teaching like a class full of a class full of kids or something like that. This is a college level, so that'd be great. That'd be something. So that's really the reason why, because I just want to go teach after I'm done with this. So that'll be good. And I think that's perfect for it. Yeah, unless something changes, that is what I'm going to do. I just don't know where. I'm really thinking Japan, though. Probably. That place just looks fun, and everyone is going there, man. And I've been watching these YouTubers for years, so either there or I'm going back to Chile. My original plan, because the local cuisine over there, they say is really good, if you know what I mean. What time is it? How many minutes have I been doing? 50. Okay, 50. 50 minutes. That's not bad. Yeah, 50 minutes isn't bad. I don't know what else to talk about, though. I guess I could talk about places I would go. When I said Beijing, when I said Beijing, I said that because that is a place I would like to go teach English at. But it's just what's going on in China right now is like not the best for right now. Hopefully it'll get better. But yeah, Hong Kong was definitely the place. Now Thailand is also an option too, and a lot of people say that English is, easy over there to teach. They're very friendly, and but another place is Costa Rica. Excuse me. And the place my mom wanted me to go, when I first brought it up at all, she was like, Costa Rica. I was like, why? She's like, it's a beautiful place. You'll learn Spanish. You'll love it down there. Because she knows I like the beach. I think I've said it on here before, that I can't live too far away from water. Like, I don't like not being on the coast. I don't like never being able to get to water. I don't know, it just is what it is. I just like that. And so my mom, people know. I like going there, to the coast, to the beach. So yeah. But Costa Rica, and then Chile. From that talk of going to Costa Rica, that's where that came from. Just thinking of different places with a love language on the coast, which really isn't too many. So I was gonna say something, but I gotta look at a map. I don't remember. Don't want to sound stupid. South of France? No, that's not connected to water. Or is it? If it is, I'm right. If it's not, ignore what I said. The only sketchy place I found online teaching English is Russia. Everyone says that's like, everything I read is like, yeah, it's great. The people are very nice, but there's a little bit of hate for a couple different groups over there. So be careful. And that's like a huge red flag, because most people who are like, college graduates that want to go teach English abroad, they're usually very open and minded people, and of varying sexes and orientations of that. So that's, I think, rare to get someone who wants to teach English in that type of environment, because it's like, it's just not where they want to be. Most, like if you took 100 kids that graduated college and say they want to, that they want to go, teach English, I bet you a good number of them would be, either, a different rate. Like, they would be a good variety of them, because they come from all walks of life, and that's one of those jobs that like only people really open, no matter what country you're from, like leaving your country and coming and teaching English in another they've never been, or have only been once, or have just never lived. It's big. So you're not going to get these closed-minded people like that will openly accept going into a place like Russia where they're doing stuff like that. You might get the opposite. You might get Russians, like I'm saying, open-minded enough to leave and go experience a new culture. You'll get that, but I bet you won't get a lot of people going there. Now, you might get some like people from the European area around Russia, places like Poland, I don't know. Well, you might get people around the area that know English that are willing to work in Russia. That can happen. But on the large, like most black people aren't going to go to Russia. Most Asian people won't go to Russia and do that. Well, maybe they could disguise themselves as what's that Asian country? The Asian country connected to Russia. I mean, I know as a whole China's connected to Russia, but specifically Mongolia and stuff like that. I don't know if that's what they call it. Man, I feel like I'm being racist saying that, but maybe not. I don't know the real name for it. But they're like Asian Russian people in Russia because it's connected. What was I going to say? Yeah, the point is you might get some surrounding areas and you might get a lot of Russian people leaving, but a lot of people going there to teach. I don't know. It's kind of the same in Dubai. They don't treat women that well, but Dubai has the money factor, so you get a lot of these upper class, like really well taught in college people going to teach English, and they're already well off as people at like their families, so they go to Dubai, they get connections and get richer. That does happen. Teaching English in those places does happen, and they pay you a lot. It's hard to get into, and there are a lot of teachers that leave that place, go learn English and come back. So they left and learned English, but they're also from there. They know that place. They have a lot of teachers that leave and like in places like that because they don't really want people outside of that country to come in and teach English and really it's a big thing to become a citizen in those places in the Middle East. Like they don't really want a lot of people being citizens. You're seeing that in Qatar right now, like with the workers. They push them into all one place and make them sign a contract to where they are basically just workers only and don't allow them to become citizens or live there legally. They're there as workers, I'm all parentheses. So down there it's like it's not like at other places where they'll just kind of give you a not a passport, a visa. Is much harder over there. It's much easier places to come here, to go to Mexico, like all the places I named, Europe. But once you get down there, it gets a lot harder, actually. Africa isn't like that, though, because Morocco was on the list. I was looking at South Africa, a couple places in Africa. So, yeah, I got to pick my places wisely if I am going. But overall, it would probably be Japan. That would be the coolest one for me, just because I've thought about it for so long, and at this point I pretty much promised my brother that we're going to go on a trip there, and I feel like it'd be easier if I'm just teaching there. Like I'm getting paid to be there, he has to come to me. That'd be funny. And if after all these years that's how that happens, is that he's visiting me, and that's where the trip where we go see the giant Gundam statue. That's funny. It's funny how life works. Like life works like that. I do feel like that though. If you have a goal in your mind, you do take unconscious steps towards that goal. So I may, like this teaching thing, may just be an unconscious step to get me to that goal. And I think it might be. Because I made it kind of without thinking. It was a quick decision, but I think it is one of those things because I think you do unconsciously. You may not even know it, but I think you do unconsciously slowly walk to your goals, And I think it's funny because I think in probably my mid to late 30s or early 40s, I'll find myself in a good position. I believe I will. I believe most people who strive and keep going do find themselves in a situation where they are a certain age, around 40, look back and think, oh shit, I've been taking all these steps and now I'm here. I didn't even realize I was on that journey. So maybe I just want to be a teacher. Who knows? That's funny. 59. That's perfect. 59 minutes. 30 seconds. That beginning was bad though. So you know what? I'll talk a little bit more to get a few minutes in for that beginning. Just some closing statements. Follow your dreams. That's my closing statement. Follow your dreams. For the deals going on right now during Christmas. Do not be fooled. Look up everything you want to buy. Take a moment to look up the old price of it. Okay? Go like search, right? If you see a game for 50% off, it says, take that price and go look for the price and then go look for the name of that game, go to tools, and then go to date and put the date like a month or 2 months back, right? Or 3 months, because now we're in December, so sales kind of started. Go a couple months back, go to sale, that sale tab on Google, what's for sale, and see what it was going for a couple months back, and then see if you're really getting a deal. Don't be fooled by these deals. A lot of these deals are bogus completely. You're paying regular price. All those TVs people bought on Black Friday, I bet they are getting a shit deal. So really pay attention to what you're buying. A lot of people are fucking with you. Books. I heard that books, when they go on sale, they legitimately do go on sale. So I think with books, comic books, I think books, someone told me that like books are the only thing that like are pretty a price, not like high, but their price is pretty set. And when they're a percentage off, even an old book, it's probably is a good sale, because it's funny, and maybe it's not true, but I think books in general don't really fluctuate in price just casually. So I think when you see a sale on a book, especially a highly rated book, a highly acclaimed book, you're probably getting a good deal. That's with just books though. CDs, especially now, are kind of weirdly expensive. So like a deal on, like, let's say Taylor Swift's new album, right? And let's say you could get it right now for $10. That's actually a good deal, because the price just not too long ago was like 25 or something, 20. Vinyl too. Sales on vinyl are actually good sales, because vinyl is just expensive in general. I just saw Yeat vinyl. Yeat is a rapper, if you don't know who he is. Y-E-A-T. I am saying the word Yeat, if you don't know him. But I just saw his vinyl, which was a little expensive, at Amoebas in LA. So in general, music and books, they say, are like an actually good deal. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. I think in my life I've actually seen that to be very true. Movies sometimes. Movies stay at an odd price. Movies never fluctuate. That too. I think a sale on like a box set or something, especially nowadays, if you see a sale, that's pretty good. Like I just saw in Target, the box set of Transformers was like $60 fucking. I'm like, what? It's like been over for years. So, and I used to work at Target. Those prices of the movies were always way too fucking expensive. Like one time I saw Cars for $30. $30 for a Cars DVD, and this was only 2 years ago. I'm like, that's too much. Even online, buying a movie sometimes is like, you'll be like some bullshit movie, it'd be like $29 for this. Like the Transporter right now, I'm pretty sure is like $25. I think I just saw. I'm like, 25, the Transporter? That should be $10 maybe. But it's not. So try to get those sales if you can. Yeah, that's probably good. Alright. That's it for that. Thanks for listening.